This video is an advanced guide on how to prepare yourself for the Fantastic Frontier update. Before the video starts, most of the things I mention in this video might not be the case after the update is released, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. Now, onto the video. First category, food. The food you should get are Lesser Dungeon candies, Greater Dungeon candies, and Divine grapes. And the way you obtain these food types is pretty simple. For a Lesser Dungeon candy, I recommend farming Circus since it can give you 100 of them at a time, and it's fairly common with a drop chance of 2.42%. An alternative to getting Lesser Dungeon candies is killing otherworldly knights, but they are semi-rare to find, so I still recommend farming Circus. As for Greater Dungeon candy, it's pretty much the same as Lesser Dungeon candy. You can farm Circus because it's common with a drop chance of 2.42% and 1.67%. And as an alternative, you can farm Magma Boss since it's a guaranteed drop and the boss is very easy to kill. And finally, Divine Grapes. You buy the seeds from Mr. Sims at Doubletown, ranging from 25,000 gold to 35,000 gold. As with any other seed, you want to buy it at the cheapest or close to cheapest price. Divine Grapes take a full 24 hours to grow, but if you buy lots of seeds at a time, you will get hundreds of grapes. Keep in mind, if you want to use the extra 4 seed spots in Farm Fortress, you will need to complete the Farm Fortress defense quest. You can find more information in the wiki. Second category, beans. If you consume a red bean, after 20 seconds you will shade out a present which you can open. And presents will most likely have more loot in them after the update. The way you get red beans is again very simple. You buy noble blue seeds from Mr. Sims, ranging from 90,000 to 140,000 gold. Then you harvest them and choose the option I have all that I need. However, this option does have a very likely chance to give you litter, but also a very likely chance to give you a red bean. Noble blue seeds take 2 hours to grow, so you can harvest them pretty often. And if you're worrying about losing money, personally I actually made profit from this, but I did keep the red beans, so technically I guess I lost money. Third category, treasure chests. Once again, treasure chest loot tables will most likely have more loot in them. From the 3 tiers of treasure chests, you should only stock up on Grands and Deep Seas, not the normal ones. And the way you go about getting treasure chests is fishing. I recommend fishing inside the orbit hole since it has the highest chance of giving you a treasure chest. You can also purchase deep sea treasure chests for 3.2 million from Junkman and 3.4 million from Whitmire. However, I do not recommend buying the treasure chests since they are very expensive. Fourth category, Grateful Frogs. Grateful Frogs are currently used to get Itempedia items, and that won't be changing in the update. You find Grateful Frogs around the frontier, then give 5 of them to the blue frog inside the red ogre inn. Pretty simple. If you're a collector, this will make it easier for you to finish the Itempedia. And speaking of Itempedias, make sure to finish your Itempedias before the update as they will be harder to complete post-update. Fifth category, Fireflies. And again, Firefly reward loot tables will probably have more items in them. You give Fireflies to stick for a reward, ranging from 10 Fireflies to 150 Fireflies. I'm fairly certain that there's not any real way of farming Fireflies, however you will find Fireflies when exploring the frontier. And as a side note, I personally think that there will be other uses for Fireflies in the next update. So I would wait and see what the update contains before doing anything with their Fireflies. Sixth category, housing. By purchasing housing, there are chests inside the houses which can be used for storing rare items, equipment, weapons, and whatever else you want. Housing will be useful for the update due to the amount of new items and collectibles. But of course, the update will contain more houses with more chests. You can find the current housing locations by using the wiki. Seventh category, equipment. Equipment is pretty hard to explain as it's purely based on what point you are in the game. So I will only be listing the current meta builds for each class, which you can work towards. And lastly, if you're looking for a guide on how to get money for the update, Grandmaster Julian has already made a video on the topic, so go check him out. And if you liked this video, you might like my other videos. For example, this Fantastic Frontier series where I can't buy anything.